Hello friends, today we are doing something super fun. I'm wearing my most colorful top that I own, even though I'm more of a black and white gal, because today we are going to be reading The Rainbow. I love a good colorful book. As you know, I have my rainbow bookshelves, have my black and white bookshelves. We have things very color coordinated over here because my Virgo Enneagram type 1 brain needs that kind of organization. But I just recently picked a TBR and I was just really excited about how colorful everything was. And I looked at these three books and I was like, between these three books, we have every color of the rainbow. We've got red, orange, and yellow, green and blue, purple, and pink. So like, I figured, why don't we take this opportunity and have like a summery fun time and read The Rainbow. So what are we reading in today's video? We have got Landline by Rainbow Rowell. This will be my second book by Rainbow. I recently read Carry On and I didn't really like it, so I'm hoping that I like this better. This book says, if you got a second chance at love, would you make the same call? As far as time machines go, a magic telephone is pretty useless. TV writer Georgie McCool can't actually visit the past. All she can do is call it and hope it picks up, and hope he picks up. Because once Georgie realizes she has a magical phone that calls into the past, all she wants to do is make things right with her husband, Neil. Maybe she can fix the things in their past that seem unfixable in the present. Maybe the stupid phone is giving her a chance to start over. Does Georgie want to start over? From New York Times bestselling author, blah, 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 blah. But we will see. I think this is like a magical realism book, which I do tend to really like. We have got Same Time Next Summer by Annabel Monaghan. I don't know which one it is, but I've never read a book by her. Her books are super short, like less than 300 pages. So I am interested to give this a go. This book says beach rules. Do not take long walks on the sand. Do not put an umbrella in every cocktail, and do not run into your first love. Sam's life is on track. She has a perfect doctor fiance, Jack. His strict routines are a good thing, really. A great job in Manhattan, unless they fire her, and is about to tour a wedding venue near her family's Long Island beach house. Everything should go to plan, yet the minute she arrives, Sam senses something is off. Wyatt is here. Her Wyatt. But there's no reason for a 30-year-old engaged woman to feel panicked around a guy who broke her heart when she was 16, right? Yet being back on the beach, hearing notes from Wyatt's guitar float across the night air in the next door as if no time has passed, Sam's memories come flooding back. The feel of Wyatt's skin on hers, their nights in the treehouse, and the truth behind their split. Sam remembers who she used to be, and as Wyatt re-enters her life, their connection is undeniable, as it always was. She will have to make a choice. I do fear, this is dual POV, I do fear that this is going to have the cheating trope, which I'm not a fan of. I don't think anybody is, so I'm not really sure why any authors do it, but we will see. And then finally, we've got Happiness for Beginners by Katherine Center. I'm a pretty big fan of Katherine Center. I've given her 1 5-star and 2 4-stars. But this is Helen Carpenter can't quite seem to bounce back. Newly divorced at 32, her life has fallen apart beyond her ability to put it together again. So when her annoying younger brother Duncan convinces her to sign up for a hardcore wilderness survival course in the backwoods of Wyoming, she hopes it'll be exactly what she needs. Instead, it's a disaster. It's nothing like what she wants or expects or anticipates. She doesn't anticipate the surprise summer blizzard, for example, or the blisters, or the rutting elk, or the mean pack of sorority girls. And she especially doesn't anticipate that her annoying brother's even more annoying best friend, Jake, will show up for the exact same course and distract her, derail her, and kiss her. Ooh. But it turns out sometimes disaster can teach you exactly the things you need to learn, like how to keep going even when you think you can't, how to be scared, how being scared can make you brave, and how sometimes getting really, really lost in you is your only hope of being found. So this sounds like it's going to be really good. So let's have a nice fun time with all these fun books. We're reading The Rainbow, starting with Miss Rainbow. I thought that was perfect for this to be the first book we're reading for this video. I am going to listen to this on audio tomorrow. That's like my plan. I'm going to be doing a lot of work tomorrow, and the audiobook for this is only 9 hours, and I listen to it between 2 and 3 times speed. So we will be zooming through this book tomorrow. It does not have the greatest ratings, but it sounds like everything I love. It's like magical realism. We have our main character, Georgie, and she somehow uses some phone to like visit the past is what I'm gathering from it. But I love this cover. And I'm excited to listen to this. It's actually my second. I've never read Rainbow Rowell before. I own 3 of her books, and I'm somehow reading 2 of the 3 I own in the same month. It's kind of wild. But I am excited to see how this one goes. I find books that are about magical realism. For example, all of like my favorite Rebecca Sturl books, like One Italian Summer, In 5 Years, Expiration Dates. I think, is that all of her books? I just actually got a new one by her. The Dinner List. Yeah, I think that's another one. I find like a lot of books like that have the magical realism aspect tend to not be rated super high. I think that sometimes this is just I'm spitballing with you. I think that the magical realism is too out there for non-fantasy readers, and it's not out there enough for fantasy readers. So I feel like sometimes it kind of falls in this weird middle where it doesn't really know its audience. But I am the audience. It is me. I am she. And I'm excited about it. So I'm really looking forward to this one a lot. Like, I think I'm going to really, really like it. And I'm looking forward to listening to this today. I'm going to be honest. I've been kind of in a reading slump this past week. I'm filming a different video where I'm reading some books that are really not for me. They're not really in my comfort zone. And I think that's kind of putting me in a slump. But since then, I have read 3 4-star books after reading a lot of 2s and 3s, but I've had 4 back 4 stars. So I'm so excited. I'm high on life. I'm gonna go read a different book now. I'm gonna go take a shower. Then I'm gonna go read a different book. And then tomorrow, we will listen to this book while I work. I'm gonna probably listen to all of this book and probably part of a different book tomorrow because I'm planning on working kind of a lot. So we will see. But I'm excited about this. Let's go. I just was talking about this and realized I didn't hit record. But okay. So we have finished Landline by Rainbow Rowell, and this book was pretty good. I think I'm going to give it 3 stars. It was just like a very middle of the road, good time. Not mad that I read it, but it's not like my favorite book I've ever read. So we have our main character, Georgie, and she is married with 2 daughters, and it's Christmas time. Her husband, her, and the 2 kids are going to be going to her in-laws for Christmas when she gets this opportunity at work that she feels she can't pass up. And this has kind of been a running theme in their marriage and in their life, that Georgie tends to put work above her husband, her kids, above everything. She tells her husband, we have to cancel our trip, and he's like, our tickets are already purchased. My mom's like looking forward to us going. Me and the girls will go and you can stay here. That's what happens. And then Georgie stays home, and she's spending a lot of time at her mom's house with her sister. And her mom and sister are kind of under the impression that like maybe their marriage isn't going so well. Georgie also has this coworker that she's very close friends with. They've been best friends for forever. She's had feelings for him on and off throughout the years, him with her, but they've never been together in any sort of way. Well, Georgie is staying at her mom's house in her like childhood bedroom. Her cell phone's dead. She uses the landline, which is this yellow phone that's in her room that she used to call her then boyfriend, now husband, all the time. Neil is his name. And she picks up the phone and goes to call him, and he answers, but it's him from back in college and not present day. Like, his dad's still alive because his dad has passed away, and it's basically through these phone calls she's discovering the things she's doing wrong by not putting her family first. And it was a pretty sweet story, and I did quite enjoy it, and we gave it 3 stars, which I feel like 3 stars is so different for everybody. For me, my like star rating is a 5-star is like God tier, changed my life. A 4-star is that was pretty good, really enjoyed it, it's gonna stick with me. 3 stars was it was good, period, end of story, it was good. 2 stars for me is it was not for me, but I can see why other people may like it. And then a 1 for me is I don't know who would like this. So with this book, we are landing on a 3-star. And I'm pretty happy about that. Alright guys, we have finished book 2 for this Reading the Rainbow video. I read all of Same Time Next Summer. I read this in 2 sittings, read half of it. It's so short, so quick. It's only 285 pages and it's 60 plus chapters, which, if you know me, that is amazing vibes. But basically in this book we have our girl Sam. In this book, the writing of this felt like very similar to me. It felt like very similar to Sarah Adams' writing, like a pretty short, quick, fun romance, no spice, and I thought it was very cute. The tropes of this book they have the opportunity to become very but I think the way the author did it was really good. So in this book we have our main character Sam, and she and her fiance Jack live in New York City. Her family lives in New York City. She has her mom, her dad, and then she has a sibling who's like 15 or 15 plus years younger than her, 16 years younger than her. She's a little sister, and they all live in New York City. However, growing up, her parents always spent the summers on Long Island at like a beach house that they have. And it was like all of the neighboring families were all best friends, all of the kids were friends, and that's where Sam met her first love, Wyatt. He was the boy who lived next door, and they fell in love, and he broke her heart. This is dual point of view, dual timeline, and basically Jack and Sam are planning their wedding, and they're going down for a week to visit her family to kind of humor her mom because she kind of wants them to have their wedding in Long Island. And so they go there, and Jack's constantly making like these snide remarks about her family and how when they're at the island they act like hippies and they're crazy and dot 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 dot, and he likes the way they act better in the city, and he's being kind of like stuck up, and he is an asshole. And like they're planning the wedding, and everything has to be how Jack and his family want it, like all white linens, a white cake with white frosting, and like everything has to be clean lines, perfect, pristine, very traditional, and that's really not our main girl's style. Through dating Jack, she's kind of lost a bit of herself. She works at a very uptight job that she may or may not be losing, and she's lost the fun part of herself. But as she comes back to town, Wyatt is in town in Long Island at his family's house as well, and they kind of hash out what happened between them, and they come to like become friends. And through this, our main girl Sam starts to realize how much of herself she's really lost within this relationship, and that it may not actually be what is best for her. So with that being said, we are done with this. Next up, I just paid like $20 to get access to the Austin library, $22. I don't live in the city limits, so I was not eligible for it for free, but it was already worth the $22 because so many books that are like a 5-month wait for my other libraries are available right now, and I was able to snag the audio for this book. This book's also pretty short. It's like 330 pages, and the audio is, I think, either 6 or 9, I think 9 hours. And I listen to audio at like 2 or 3 times speed. I'm finishing up a book for a different video on audio, and then this is what I plan to pick up next on audio, and I'm hoping to finish the audio for this and my other book today. We will see. I need to make a move and get on with my day, but that is roughly the plan. We will see how it goes, but I will try to update you halfway about this book. All I know is that there's a girl, something's happening, her life's falling apart, and her brother has her signed up for a hardcore wilderness survival course, which, as somebody who loves Survivor, I hope it kind of gives that energy. My friend just read this and gave it 4 stars, so I am hopeful and I am excited. Did I come check in halfway through? No, but it's because I was like doing a bunch of stuff while I was listening to this. I was working on some stuff for an upcoming D&D situation, but we have finished Happiness for Beginners. We've finished this video. What did I think of this book? I gave this book 3 stars. I thought it was cute. It was fine. It was just in the very middle of the road book for me. It's definitely my least favorite Katherine Center. I'm not sure because I have a couple of books by her that are like this style cover where it's just like a bright color with flowers on it. This one, What You Wish For, and I think saving something in a fire. I don't know. But I have a handful of her books that are like this style cover, and I feel like maybe they're like a bit older, her older stories, and like a little bit different writing. It still felt like Katherine Center, but it just felt like different than the books I've read from her recently. What is this from? 2015. Yeah, this is like a 10-year-old book. So in this, we have our main character, Helen, and she is going on this wilderness survival course. It's super hardcore. People have died on it. And she's deciding to do this because she has recently gone through a divorce. She lost a baby, and that was kind of like the catalyst. Her like husband not really being there for that kind of drove her into filing for divorce. And so she gets a divorce, and her younger brother, like her significantly younger brother's best friend, is also going on the course. And there's like a big age gap situation going on here. So and like I don't super love an age gap romance, so I didn't really like love that. I wasn't super like rooting for the couple. He was kind of like the popular one during the survival course, and she was kind of like the loser. Besides this one girl, Windy, like W-I-N-D-Y, Windy, was being super kind to her, and it was just like fine. They end up having to road trip to the location together because he's telling her how he like doesn't have a plane ticket, doesn't have money for it, blah blah blah. And so on the road trip, he brings like travel Scrabble, and he knows that like Scrabble is like her favorite game, so they play that, and he's like, if I win, like you have to help teach me how to kiss. And she's like, thinks there's no way he's gonna win. And so there's like a lot of like little silly cute things like that, but overall it was very forgettable to me. It's like the other Katherine Center books I've read, like all three of them, like I can feel them in my heart, and I really loved them. And this one was just okay. I wouldn't, out of the books I've read, I would not recommend it personally. I think it was just okay. Like it's the epitome of, yep, that's something I've read and now I'm moving on. So that is everything. Happiness for Beginners. I may watch the movie. It's on Netflix. And then we read Same Time Next Summer, and we gave it 4 stars. And then I already put the other book away. But I read Landline by Rainbow Rowell and gave that 3 stars. We've officially read the Rainbow, baby. And I thought it was okay. Unfortunately, this video didn't go great. It didn't go bad. We had no DNFs, no 1 or 2 stars. I'm not unhauling any of the books. So you know what? We're going to count it as a win. 2 3 stars and a 4 star. And I feel like I've been having a pretty good reading month so far, so I'm very excited about June in general. I don't know when this is going out, but I am filming this in June. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!